Good afternoon. This is Kilo Golf 5, Tango Sierra Oscar. I've been monitoring this frequency for the past 2 minutes, and having heard no regular or emergency traffic, I'm declaring the Five Hills 325 net open. Again, this is KG5 TSO, Mary in Coppers Cove, and I will be your net control for today. This net meets at 3 o'clock p.m. Monday to Friday on 443.325 megahertz with a VO tone of 88.5 hertz and a positive offset of 5 megahertz. Remember, this is a directed net. When you check in, start by saying this is, then wait 2 or 3 seconds to see if you're doubling with someone, then announce your call sign using ITU phonetics. Please wait for me to acknowledge your call before the next person checks in. I will ask for any comments or issues that each person wishes to discuss after all of the check-ins are complete and we have welcomed any first-time visitors to the net. Before I take check-ins, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge those in our membership who may be experiencing difficulties, challenges, illness, or grief. Let's take a moment to remind them that they are in our thoughts and prayers. I will now open our net to check-ins. I'll take the first check-in, please.
Connected to
K5CRA, Cloud Node.
This is Whiskey 4, Delta, Alpha Delta, Dale Temple.
disconnected.
That was odd. The repeater computer said disconnected. I hope you're not disconnected. Okay, thank you, WW4DAD. Dale, thank you for checking in. I'll take the next check-in, please. Do we have any check-ins for the Five Hills 325 net? Come now.
Alpha 5, Mike Yankee, Byron, clean, short time, no traffic.
Thank you, Myron. Thank you for checking in. I'll put your check in the mail. I'll take the next check-in, please.
Whiskey 5, Romeo Oscar November, Ron and Bernick.
Hey, Ron, got pretty good signal considering the distance. Thanks for checking in. I'll take the next check-in, please.
KI5, Victor Charlie Tango, Waco.
And your name, sir?
My apologies, this is Roland Anderson.
Roland?
That is correct. ROLAND.
Thank you. You don't hear that name too often, so thank you very much. Thanks for checking in. I'll take the next check-in, please. Do we have any more check-ins for the Five Hills 325 net? Come now.
K5CRA, repeat.
This is
Kilo Delta 5, Foxtrot Kilo Yankee, James in Waco.
Hi there, James. Thank you for checking in. Good to hear you. Okie doke, I'll take the next check-in, please. This is KG5 TSO. This is the Five Hills 325 net. If you'd like to join us and check in, come now. Okay, well, we have a little bit of a lull here, so I'm going to do my public service announcement. Oh, just wanted to remind you that the Five Hills 325 net is associated with the Cove Repeater Association, and the Cove Repeater Association meets once a month on the first Saturday of the month, and they meet at Lotex Restaurant. That's at 502 South Main Street here in Coppers Cove, Texas. You can always tell where Lotex is because right across from the fire station. And you know, they're always checking out their lights and shining things up on Saturday so you can see them out there, so you can't miss us. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start at the top of my list. KD6UY, Bruce, how are you doing and what are you up to?
It's KD6UY at my normal spot outside the school, where it's a pretty doggone nice day, if you ask me. Not too hot, not too cold, a little bit of a breeze, and yeah, I'll take some more of these before summer gets here. That's all I got. Back to you, KD6UY.
Well, you're a pretty dedicated grandpa, if you ask me. And yes, it is lovely. I was out early this morning and did a grocery run and didn't even need my sweater on. It was great. So I agree with you 100%. Thanks for checking in, Bruce. I appreciate that, and keep an eye out for that little guy. Okay, moving on. Alpha Golf 5, Uniform Quebec. Cliff, my net logger today, thank you so much. How are you and what are you doing these days?
I've been mowing, edging, weeding my yard today, spraying the weeds, not weeding. And I've got the 630 simplex net tonight on 146.550. And then they got the Stuttgart net later on, and the rest is tomorrow at McDonald's. So I'll mention it again later on. Back to you, Mayor.
Oh, thank you so much, and I'm glad you reminded us that some of you guys have been meeting over at the McDonald's over there on W.S. Young and Veterans Memorial Boulevard out there in Killeen. What time do you guys get there?
Oh, somewhere around 8:30, somewhere around there.
Okay, well, if you want to talk radio and schmooze with the radio guys, you know where the place is tomorrow morning. So, thank you so much, Bruce. Move on and see what Steve is up to. NU5D. How are you doing, Steve?
Good afternoon, Mary and the rest of the net. Indeed, a picture-perfect day, except we're in a pretty bad drought, at least this part of the world. I think the last week we had maybe 0.3 of an inch, and really pretty rough on people in agriculture. Other than that, things are looking nice, doing a little bit of work with some what they call them, X95 or T95, the little video boxes that you can get from China now for about $11. And that makes a really neat ham computer, FLDG, WinLink, all of the software all in one package. So we've been putting a few of those together just to play with. Not much else. So, and good to hear. By the way, there are two Rolands. Roland Richter, WA5IEX, longtime Channel 25 newsman, and Waco Ham, and Roland Anderson, the newest Roland. Glad to hear everybody on the net. Back to net, and you, by the way, we are live streaming, so you can save this for posterity. Back to net, NU5D.
I fear that you're going to have to buy your hay this winter. You had mentioned that last year, that if we didn't get enough rain, that was going to have a financial impact on you, that you were going to have to buy feed or hay for your cows. And does it look like that's going to be the case this year?
No, ma'am, we're not going to buy any hay. We're going to sell cows. It doesn't make sense to, if I were a big operation or that was my livelihood, but hay used to be 30, 40, 50 bucks a round, and now it's well over $100 a round bale. And the cows, the fertilizer costs have doubled, and the cows haven't. So we probably just won't be having any cows out here. Okay, 7-3, NU5D.
Well, I'm learning slowly. I just, like I said, I'm a city slicker out of the LA area, so I don't understand these things. So I keep asking questions, thinking that maybe I'll know a little bit by the time I bite the big one. So thanks for giving me input. Okay, moving on. Oh, you know what? The W5RLM is short time today. My favorite ham is not going to be there to talk to me. Okay, then let's move on. Kilo 5 Alpha Golf. Kevin, how are you doing? Glenn, who have Kevin down here? Yeah, I'm reading off my husband's list. Okay. K5GAG, how are you doing and what are you up to?
Mary and Nanette, I was going to say I'm your second favorite ham, but you didn't say it was me, so I'll pass over that part. But no, I played pickleball and had a late lunch, trying to eat more salads to be more healthy. Need to cut the grass today, but I really got to start cranking out on those taxes. I don't know why I wait till the last minute, but it seems like it's quite involved. Other than that, it's a pretty sunny day. Probably have to get out and water the garden some. But I've been teaching the dog to catch frisbee. That's about it here, Mary. Kilo 5 Golf Alpha Golf.
Oh, well, the favorite ham thing was just starting to become a joke, and I used to give him a hard time about his drawl. So anyway, I was just trying to give him a hard time. And so that's how the favorite ham thing developed. But if he's going to go short time on me all the time with it, I'll just bump you up to the first slot. How's that?
Oh, Mary, that'd be fine. I failed to mention also my dog's driving me crazy because there's a mouse or two out in the brush or under the shed or something, and she's got to get outdoors to try to find that mouse, and she's determined to catch it. She's digging in around the shed right now. But yeah, good day, and glad to be on this side of the ground, and thanks for letting me be part of your net. Kilo 5 Golf Alpha Golf, clear.
Before you go, tell me what kind of dog you have.
Roger. It's my son's rescue dog because he's stationed in Okinawa. I got his pickup truck and the dog, so, and a few weapons. So I probably made out in the deal, but it's, mostly a boxer dog, but it has a little American Sapphire Terrier, which is, and a little maybe pit or a little, American Bully, but mostly boxer. It's really kind of tall, slender, well built, loves to run, and short haired.
Okay, I was just curious. I just am on this thing about eventually I'd like to try and get a dog, but I need something really small. But I still ask around because I'm really interested in what other people have and how they behave and things like that. So thank you for filling me in on that one. Okay, Glenn, thanks a lot. Okay, November 1, Mike Alpha Kilo. Jeff, how are you doing and what are you up to? Good to see your name on the list.
November 1, Mike Alpha Kilo. This is Jeff over in Lampasas. Doing pretty good. It's a nice day today. Had 4 brand new baby bunnies born a couple hours ago, and we're just working and hanging out for the net. Thanks for doing the net, Mary. Back to you.
Oh, your bunnies arrived. Great. Well, it took them long enough because we talked about this back on Saturday at the Lampasas Area Amateur Radio Club, and you were still waiting, and you said she was starting to kind of, nest and stuff like that. So, so you got 4, huh? And how's Mama doing with them?
She's doing pretty good for her first litter. Yeah, it takes about 31 days from inception to birth, and then she's ready to do it all over again. So, yeah, too many baby bunnies can be had. Back to you, Mary.
Okay, well, yummy for you guys, I guess. All right, let's see. Kilo Golf 5, Quebec, November, India. Jim, what are you doing and what are you up to?
Oh, this is KG5QNI. I just received a text message and picture of the new granddaughter, Ruby, and who sent that to me? I didn't recognize the phone number. I hope I recognize the name. Go ahead, whoever is responsible for that. This is KG5QNI and deferring to the answering person.
Alpha 5, Mike Yankee. And she's just a little over 2 weeks old. Alpha 5, Mike Yankee, be clear. K5CRA, repeater.
Well, many congrats from Jim and I. I bet you're just popping your buttons, and that's awesome. Thank you for sending a picture. Okay, let's see. Whiskey 5, Charlie Oscar Echo. Kogo, what are you doing and what are you up to?
Well, I'm doing good. What am I up to? Not a whole lot. Just been sitting here playing radio and waiting for this afternoon to go to Bible study. So Hazel's in. We always have a little meal before our Bible study. So Hazel's in there cooking some stuff to take. And other than that, we're just enjoying the beautiful day here in the heart of Texas. Everybody have a good one out there, and we'll catch you at the Ham Fest over at the Expo Center this weekend if you're there. W5 COE, back to net.
Well, that's nice for you and Hazel to, go out there and have all that nice fellowship. So that's wonderful for you. And you guys enjoy your afternoon. It's wonderful out. So you guys just enjoy. Thanks for checking in, Kogo. Okay, Okay, moving on, WW4DAD. Dale, what are you up to and how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? On the net. Thanks for having me. WW4DAD. I'm just doing some chores, trying to focus on outdoor stuff. Beautiful out today, and also taking advantage of the nice, generous amount of solar coming through. So I'm running as much as I can on it while the sun is out, keeping everything topped up. I suppose the most challenging thing I've been up to today so far is carburetor linkage on a riding mower. Just making sure that stuff's properly set up so that when I get on it and get going and help my dad with some yard work here soon, that it won't fail or falter. I'll pause for a moment.
K5CRA, Cloud Node.
Other than that,
Node 59102.
Send it back to you guys. I appreciate everyone taking their time from their days to run this net, and for everyone that also contributes to it for the community. So, high five, everyone. Whiskey 4, Delta Alpha Delta, back to net control.
Thank you, Dale, for those kind sentiments. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, there are times when it's just like, oh, the net again. Okay, well, you better get out there and do it, you know. And there's other days when I can't wait to talk to everybody. But it really would be nice, to have couple other people that would be willing to do net control. It's actually quite fun. You get to talk to everybody, and I'm a pretty social person, so I like to get on the net and talk to everybody. But yeah, it does take a little bit of a chunk out of your day.
Node KC1SRD.
I can totally understand that.
We've got some repeater activity that's been interrupting people. But anyway, well, thank you for your appreciation, Dale. I appreciate that too. So, sounds like a double entendre somehow. Okay, so thank you for checking in. We appreciate that too. Because when you go to all the trouble, for us, we have to set up because we're in an apartment. And then, I guess it was last week, we had 2 people check in. And it was, somebody complained about it. Well, I got on 8 minutes after 7, and there was nobody there. So, well, nobody came, so we took the party home. So sometimes it's hard when nobody checks in either. So there's 2 sides to that coin. Okay, well, after these kind words from Dale, I'm going to go to WW5RON. Ron, how are you doing? And what are you up to now?
This is WW5RON down here in Vernon. KI7TRK, Craig, who he drives when we go up to the co meeting. He and I'll be over at Belton on Saturday. He's driving, and he came over today, and we got up on the roof and cut down a whole bunch of tree limbs. My entire front yard is full of tree limbs. And then we cut down some that were hanging over my yard from the neighbor's house so that trucks could get in when they put the new roof on in June. And then I had a bunch of oak limbs hanging over a 6-foot TV satellite dish. And so we cut them down so that they could get a better view of the satellites. And we just cut down tree limbs all morning, and sure do appreciate him bringing this chainsaw. His was longer reach, and he's taller than I am, and he's got 2 hands and 2 good arms, and being taller, he reached a lot that I've been trying to get for, 10 years. So we got a lot cut down, and so I was able to get up on the roof with a 15-foot fishing rod, throw over the tallest tree, and haul an antenna up, N9TAX antenna that used to be up there but fell down. And it's back up there, and I can hear this repeater on that wire antenna. Not as good as this 17-foot tall antenna that's 35 foot in the air, but I can actually hit the repeater from my other spare backup antenna now, and I'm just happy as a lark. WW5RON. See y'all Saturday, Lord willing, and back to net. And thank you, Mary, for running it.
Well, I am glad I wasn't watching that whole thing because I would have been worrying about you the whole time, you know, climbing up and doing all that. But at least you had somebody backing you up, so that was a good thing. But anyway, you, like I said, when you're doing some of these undertakings, you be careful, you know, because I mean, I got two hands and there's no way I would get up there and do that. So, okay. Thank you for checking in, Ron. I don't think we're going to make it to the Hamfest, but if we do, we'll look for you. Okay, KI5VCT, Roland, how are you doing?
KI5VCT, I am doing pretty well. I'm just enjoying the nice weather inside my little office here with no windows in it. So, but I was outside earlier and it was pretty cool. Yeah, not much to report. Just working and heard y'all on the radio and figured I'd check in. Nice to hear from you and thanks for running the net. Back to you, KI5VCT.
Well, you're going to have to use the fact that I am as nosy as all get out. What do you do that you are in a room with no windows?
I work for computers and stuff with Aaron. He's the vice president currently of Hot Arc and kind of got me into this a year or so ago. And but we've got we're up in the top floor of the American Classifieds building, and right now I am soldering pieces onto a board. Tomorrow I might be running cable. So really just whatever computers and stuff people want us to do.
Well, at least it doesn't get boring, but how did I know that it would be some kind of technology job? I don't know what I should have done when I finished my master's in technology and I went back to the classroom and taught third grade for another 5 years. But I wish I kind of had gotten into something that was more hands-on instead of in education. I did my technology and with an education focus. But somehow when I knew you were in a windowless room, I figured you had to be doing something that was computer-based. So, okay, well, try and get out and get some fresh air, please. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you taking the time. And, put a reminder on your phone, Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock, and we're here. Okay, thanks a lot, Roland. Okay, KB5FKY, James, how are you doing and what are you up to out there?
Hey, Mary, just playing with this radio here. I've been kind of trying to Elmer with Bill about PSK31. I think he's already made his first contact, and trying to send him different things to show the different frequencies on different bands and stuff. I like it very much because it's very straightforward. You don't have to worry about yelling in the microphone. Oh, this is my call sign. This is my call sign, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's really a great, medium for making contacts, Frank. And how do you get out of a closed room with no doors? You look in the mirror, you see what you saw, you take the saw your table in half, 2 halves make a hole, and you crawl out. Over.
I remember that one. There's an old movie. I don't know how old you are, but I'm ancient. There's an old movie that was called The Cube, and it was trying to get out of this cube, and that's probably on YouTube. But yeah, it was kind of like what you're saying there. So, but it was kind of a creepy computerized cube. It was like a prison thing for these three people who got in there. So anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I am wandering off the topic, but anyway, thank you for your little chuckle, and thank you for checking in with us. I appreciate that very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, I'm going to move on to KC1 SRD. Michael, how are you doing, and what are you up to? Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Romeo Delta. Michael, are you still with us?
No.
Sorry about that.
NRD connected.
Sorry about that. I'm
to
switching
node
clients here
5,
from a
9, 1,
phone to a
0,
radio. Just a
2,
quick
0.
hello to the net. Here in sunny Concord, Massachusetts. The wind is dying down. It's about 72 degrees, having a good day, and just saying hello and good wishes to everyone. Case 1 SRD.
Well, you have a wonderful signal, and it comes through loud and clear, and it sounds like your weather is just about like it is here in Texas. So that's really interesting. I assumed it was going to be cold up your way. Back to you.
Yep, it's just finally warming up. It's the warmest day of the year. I was going to fire up the barbecue grill tonight, but it's still a little bit too windy and dry here, so that'll have to wait for another day. Best wishes over to you there in Texas and the other folks on the net. KC1 SRD.
Well, glad you're having balmy weather today, and thank you so much for checking in with us. And I'm always excited when I see somebody that's out of state and checking in with us and joining us for our net.
November 5, Uniform Uniform Monitor.
K5 CRA, repeater.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that because of the computer was interrupting. Could you please check in again, please? Could you please repeat? I can hear you keying up, but I'm getting no audio. Okay, I guess I'm going to move on. Do we have any late check-ins or rechecks? Please come now.
This is Kilo Golf 5, November Juliet Golf, Tom and Fred.
Okay, Tom, I got you. Now, you doubled with someone. Let me find out who that was. With that other caller, please come back.
This is K5 Kilo Victor, Benedict, Star, Texas, and I do have an announcement about a Thursday morning net.
Since you have traffic, go ahead and go back. I'll get back to Tom in just a sec. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mary. The Central Texas Simplex net happens every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. on 147.500. Joe, KD5BTO from Cove, checks in every week. I know folks in Cove can get in there, so folks might want to hang a listen, see all they can hear. We got stations scattered out over quite a ways. I know we have folks that are pushing 100 miles apart occasionally. Anyway, that's all I had. Good evening to the net. K5, KV.
Well, thank you so much for checking in with us and for sharing that information. We'll have to try and get people to check that out and do the simplex. Of course, for us, it's a simplex is quite a reach for us over there, but there are some people who have a strong enough or a big enough antenna that they can do that. We have a little bitty one, so we're not exactly equipped to get out there. But thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate that, Benny. Okay, Kilo Golf 5, November Juliet Golf. Tom, how are you doing? When I came in to start the net, I didn't see your name on the list or anything, and I was wondering if you were okay.
Oh yeah, I just trying to get all this set. I couldn't get through. I'm on 2 meters, so I had to use the Belton repeater, and I had it set on plus instead of minus. And anyway, I had to do a bunch of changing to get to where I could get on. But that's what I'm doing, trying to check the mistakes I made on this downloading. But anyway, what time was that net on Thursday morning?
8 o'clock a.m.
Okay, that's just about the time I get up, so I may try it. Where is it at?
It's a simplex. Oh gosh, all I remember is the 500 part. 147.500.
Roger that. I just was wondering where he was located at.
Yes, Benny's in Star, Texas, and I don't know exactly which repeater they're using.
Okay, I've been through Star. I just can't remember where it's at, but it's at the west, I think. Okay, well, I'll give it a try. I'll try to shoot that way.
K5KV, Benny, did you want to clarify that a little bit for Tom?
This K5KV. Well, it's there's no repeater involved. That's what makes it interesting. It's you got to make it happen at home, so to speak. There's no repeater on the tower involved. It's everybody point to point, station to station. But we have folks from down around Burnett. We have folks from up north of Brownwood. I've checked in mobile to it from Stephenville before. We had a guy on I-20 up close to Weatherford check in. Let's see, Mike that does the Weatherford simplex net on Friday nights on 146.58. He's checked into it before. We have another station in San Saba, actually two in San Saba County, one in the city or town, and it gets around. There's some guys. Net Control has an antenna up 140 feet, so we make it work. K5KV.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, I'm trying to do simplex. I'm trying to set up everything. I just got this new radio, this Yaesu 2980 puts out 80 watts, and trying to get an antenna system going that'll get out there. So I'll be trying it Thursday morning. We'll see.
Okay, Benny, Tom's in Troy, so that's what he's trying to do. And I understand the simplex part. But I just want to make sure he had the right frequency information. That was all. Okay, well, let's see. I think I've run the list. Let me see if I have any other late check-ins or rechecks. Come now.
Kilo Delta 5, Delta Golf Alpha, Glen and Colleen. No traffic. November 5, Tango Charlie Hotel, Tim, Lake Whitney.
Take the next check-in. Whitney, could you give me your information again, please?
Node KC1SRD disconnected.
Yeah, that's November 5, Tango Charlie Hotel. My name is Tim, and Lake Whitney.
Thank you, sir. I hate to make people repeat themselves, but, you know, hubby and I are sitting here trying to keep track of everybody, and sometimes it's not as easy as you think. Okay, do I have any other check-ins? Please come now. Okay, so let's go back. KD5DGA. Glenn, how are you doing and what are you up to?
I just got home from work. Figured I'd check in real quick and say hello to everybody. Other than that, that's all I really got. So back to the net. KD5DGA.
Oh, and here I was imagining that once you got off work, you had this exciting life. But, you know, the rest of us are just too tired to care. If you're like me, you get home from work and you collapse. You know, after you've had a little bit of a drool nap, you get up and try and run your life. Okay, well, thank you for checking in, Glenn. We appreciate it very much. We got quite a few people come and check in with us today, and that's really great. I appreciate that very much. Okay, I'm going to go back to Tim, N5TCH, out there in Lake Whitney. How are you doing and what are you up to?
Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. N5TCH. Not a whole lot going on here. I did have a little hole that I dug out here, and I poured me some cement in it today. Put me a piece of PVC in there, and I've got a HF vertical antenna that I've got on a pole, and I'm going to slide down in that thing as soon as it cures. So it's a 10 through 80 meter vertical antenna. I've been finally got it all put together, got my hole dug, got my cement, got my PVC pipe in there so I can slide my other pipe in it. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be sticking that thing up and seeing how it works. And just had to get outside. It's too nice to be in the house. And I came in here to take a break and drinking my water, net going, just wanted to say hello. Good afternoon to everybody. N5TCH.
You didn't mention a lightning arrestor on that thing.
Well, my lightning arrestor is my fingers. I unscrew the coax.
Okay, well, the last lightning that we had blew out my printer. I mean, my computer I had turned my computer off, but I didn't turn my printer off, and it just burned it up. So I had to go out and spend a lot of money to buy another one. But anyway, I was just teasing. But it sounds like you've got a pretty straightforward solution getting that antenna up there. So that's really nice. How far away from the house have you got that hole dug?
Well, I've got the antenna, I don't know, it's probably about 75 or 80 feet from the house out here. I didn't want it any farther than what a piece of 100-foot coax would reach. And if you're interested in the top, it's a gap antenna. They call it a Titan DX. It's supposed to be 10 through 80 meters. 80 meters is really narrow banded, but it does work it. But if you want to work most of the bands, you still need a tuner. And it's supposed to be a real good DX antenna. It doesn't need ground radials. It's got radials of its own that I will put on once I stand it up. And each radial has got a wire connecting the tips of it. And there's 4 radials that come out on the bottom. I think they're like 80 inches or something. But I just like the idea that I didn't have to put all that wire in the ground underneath it. So I'm going to see how it works. Hopefully it'll work well. N5TCH.
Well, you be sure to reconnect with us soon and let us know how that goes. I personally I'm curious to see how that works, and if there's any climbing involved, make sure you've got somebody around to dial 911 if they need to. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. But anyway, I suspect that with all the PVC pipe and everything, that you may not have to climb, which would be a good thing. But let us know how it goes, okay?
K5CRA.
Okay, well, no, there's not going to be any climbing involved. It's only going to be about 5 feet off the ground, and I've got a breakover for it where I made a little breakover out of some angle iron where when the wind gets up high, I can just tilt it over on the ground. So it's just going to be up in the air high enough where I can mow underneath it.
Sounds like a brilliant deal you got going on there. So that's fantastic, Tim. Okay, thanks so much for telling us all about it and explaining the whole thing. I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to see if I have any other check-ins. Kind of our last call. Come now.
K85FKY, recheck.
Go ahead, James.
I was going to try to, hey Mary, I was going to try to tag you on the Easter service song that I did, but I don't think I didn't see you on I don't see you on Facebook or anything like that, so I didn't know if you were or if you had it. If not, it's okay. I know you said you were interested in hearing the song, but if not, it's perfectly fine.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and how did that go?
Oh, it was great, man. Had a great response to it, and of course, for some reason they like saving me for the holiday service. I don't know what that is, but anyway, it went fine. But anyway, you can always look up my page if you're on there, and it's on there. So back to you, K85FKY.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bringing me into the loop on that. I was really curious. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Okay, do I have any other check-ins? Come now. Okay, well, I think that's our net for today. I want to thank everybody. I mean, and there were some really great people who went to a lot of effort to check in with us today, and I appreciate that very much. Wanted to thank y'all for taking the time to join us this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and close our net at 3:49 p.m. This is Kilo Golf 5, Tango Sierra Oscar, Mary, and I'm clear.
Node K.